So if any black people want reparations,
and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about
tethers,
trying to be all in the videos,
speaking for black people,
dancing.
come to New Black Media and the Black Grassroots. Peace.
All right. Welcome once again to the Independent Black Voice. I'm your host, Beatzilla, PDX official. And we are here doing a little something special, but yet again, family, we are here live right here on a Wednesday evening. So if you guys are coming into this broadcast, please like and share this broadcast out if you have not already done so. Also, if you're watching on X, come over here to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Independent Black Voice. And also make sure you subscribe to our guest, the Church of Black Power, as well. And so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and let me get this off the screen so I can get my brother up. Because like I said, we are doing something different today. There goes our brother. Yes,
Salute,
indeed.
family.
Yes, indeed. Salute to you, my good brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, man. And, actually, in all actuality, family, this was this kind of collab. This was an idea of our good brother right here, Church of Black Power. And we were able to make it happen quick. So
And I gotta thank you for having me here, family. Like I said, I've been looking forward to doing this with you, and there's a lot to talk about today. There's a lot of things to talk about.
For real, it is, man. It definitely is. And I want to say peace, blessings, and power and protection to everybody in the chat. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Key Prince, for being a member for 30 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you so much. And shout out to everybody else in the room. Thank y'all for being here. If you guys are watching on my brother's channel, the Church of Black Power, I am the Independent Black Voice. So welcome in, everybody. Tonight, what we want to do is kind of just have a open discussion on a few different topics. And of course, the things that we've been seeing in the news as of late. One of the things that I've noticed is that we are having a consistent attack, or more should I say, a steady focus on who we are and trying to change how we identify ourselves versus us coming with our own identification. And it's also seeming to affect other people's, backdoor deals, which must have been giving them a little bit of money, and they're upset at that falsely getting cut off. So we are seeing a lot of things being played with in our face. And so we just going to go ahead and try to tackle some of these different issues tonight. And hopefully you guys walk away with a better understanding of what we're up against and how to combat it. So with that being said, let me give my brother the floor so he can go ahead and give you his greeting, everybody. So go ahead, brother. You got it.
Much love to you. Like I said, I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for allowing me to be here. And I appreciate everybody who's here. Let me rephrase that because it sounded crazy. But thank you for bringing me on your platform, my brother. And I look forward to having these conversations because it's always a good one. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're hitting that like and share button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button along with the notification bell, no matter which platform you're watching this on. If you're watching it on my platform over there, make sure you wander over here to the Independent Black Voice and make sure you subscribe here as well. Like, comment, and share. Family, it's time. Let's get it in.
All right. So right off the rip, I think we'll round about we'll end on our favorite siren. So so let's start with the first order of business, which is the most recent news in DC. So Trump has now made a spectacle of Washington, D.C., bringing in all of this law enforcement and to combat crime when crime was already down. And actually, crime around the country has been down as well. So it's kind of funny that he's coming in now. Like, this is so many years after everybody bringing up Chicago that now it's like, oh, well, man, let's get out here and let's go do something and let's make a showing of it. What I do see this as serving is this, when they were saying white supremacists were emboldened by Trump, I believe this might embolden policymakers in the future. However, I think also the way we push back will also determine how these type of moves go in the future. But also DC being a government or a federal area, I think when people are looking at how this would apply in your city, it's going to be a lot different. However, I believe we can use this as test ground and an experiment, and also an alert of this is open, blatant targeting, and this is the throwback to white supremacy. So right there, if I'm not hearing this from the Democrats, I would really be kind of questioning something. What's your take on that, brother?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole scenario circled around this whole situation, why he's doing it, all of it is pretty weird. It all starts out with somebody who used to work for Doge, and basically he made accusations and claims that 10 black men tried to jump him and carjack him. Now, my brother, we both West Coast people, family.
Right.
When was the last time you ever heard about a damn carjacking?
A long time. Actually, the last time I guess you could say carjacking would be somebody trying to get away from the police. That was so the carjacking wasn't like I'm out here to steal cars. The carjacking was based on somebody's evading the police. So yeah, as far as like legit carjacking, man, at least 20 years.
I haven't seen or heard about a carjacking since they started putting chips in all of the cars.
Bro, I can't see any criminal in his right mind saying like, here, let me go run out right now and go steal this car with a built-in computer in it. That's letting it be known. And for all intents and purposes, these cars are smart cars now.
Exactly. And wasn't he, if I'm correct, I believe he was driving a Tesla, which they can automatically just shut off from the department.
Yes.
I've been seeing all these videos of brothers and their cyber trucks being shut off on the freeway and all this other stuff. And you're telling me that 10 men went and beat up a dude who's known to work for Doge. And then also, not just that, want to steal the car that comes from Tesla that has an automatic shutdown. That makes absolutely no sense to me.
That makes no sense, man. Who in their right mind steals a Tesla?
Not just that. He said about 10 people. They said 10 black men. What were they going to do? They were going to all pile up in the car like a goddamn clown car. Like, I don't get what they like. The whole scenario is just weird to me. Like it is.
It's very weird. Well, because it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Here's the thing. In order to, and I take it as a dog whistle, because a lot of people, when they say carjacking, you think back to those times back in the day. They used to use carjackings a lot in the news, right? And they were always using that as a proxy. It was just a placeholder to mean Black Americans. And so,
Exactly.
yeah, and every time I hear carjacking, it takes me back to 1992, Los Angeles. You know, like
For real.
something I ain't seen or heard from in decades. Decades.
Absolutely, man.
But yet they're using this. And so my question, I always have to ask the question, what is the real behind this? Why would Trump want to use something such as a carjacking to federalize the whole damn city? And in my honest opinion, family, I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe he's trying to prepare for all the people that he wants to charge. I know that he's trying to get Kristi Noem and all these folks on the same page with him as of going after Obama, going after all these folks, Hillary. I really believe that this is just a situation to kind of safeguard Washington, D.C. when they go to put these charges on people. That's just my belief. That's something that I'm looking into, because there's really no other reason why he would just want to go and federalize Washington, D.C. out of nowhere. We can look at all the number of people who comes up missing in Washington, D.C. every year.
Very true. Very true.
That has never been the situation. No one has ever came up and said, hey, we need to federalize Washington, D.C. because all these black people are coming up missing every year.
Right.
It has to be something more than that.
Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't really think about that, but now that you mentioned it, it definitely is kind of a safeguard against, you know, the people who will be popping up for Hillary and hey, you're gonna go after Barack. Oh no, you not. You know, it does. I could see that angle.
And then remember when the J6 situation happened, Trump got at Pelosi and tried to send out some troops. Pelosi was able to turn those troops away. So
that's right.
If I'm looking at it just from the outside looking in, I would say that Trump want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So he deploys the National Guard.
I most definitely can see that.
You see what I'm saying? So he deploys the National Guard, have them already in place so that once the indictments start coming down, the people that quote unquote wants to go out there and protest for these people, the people who believe that the Democrats aren't the Democrats, they're the only people fighting for our rights.
Right.
I believe that's what he's really bringing them there for.
Okay. I could see that angle. I mean, it's very interesting because we start. There's a few elements that we always kind of that go under the radar, shall I say? One of them being the violence coming from certain persuasion communities, right? And we've seen this happen before. Some of these mass shooters have been the part of the pronoun community, shall we say? And I would say those folks, because a lot of these people be on these medications.
Yeah.
And so I could easily see those unstable individuals running up in DC. And because of the pardoning thing that already took place with the Sixers, I could definitely see some of them folks running out there being like, hey, we're laying things down out here. You know what I'm saying? This is for the people. Yeah, I could definitely see that. But this is the thing. The way they're targeting black folks, it almost feels performative to me because it's like, hey, Trump, man, you know, there's nobody's really catching on the chin. The blacks aren't getting it. And I mean, quite frankly, over There's too much stuff going on in our community for us to be worried about a whole bunch of foolishness. So it's not like we're out there. Now, of course, the demographic out there that they're talking about, they've been comfortable in DC for a very long time. So things, it's like you're using a bunch of outdated language. You know what I'm saying?
They haven't updated their lexicon yet, and
they have not.
Yeah.
And I gotta, what's this video? Where? Okay, I gotta get this video in here. Brother Tariq posted a video, and I got a couple clips here, just showing you how these cats are acting out in DC. And it's like they really don't have no real true reason to be up in black folks' faces. And we aren't the criminals, because out here they were talking about soft on crime. Once they figured out who they had to police out here and who the criminals were, they wanted to back off of that. So the reality is there's a lot more fentanyl, meth related crime out here, and these people are desperate to change that image. So this feels kind of like not even a dog whistle, but an appeasement, like an appeasement to these, I guess, that heavy anti-black base they got. And that's kind of how it comes off to me. Did you want to chime in on that before we go to this clip?
Yeah, just real quick, I want to touch back on something that you were just saying about the people who take medication. And I say this all the time. The right wingers, they target their base that they target the supremacists.
Right.
They're supremacists on both sides regardless, but they target the open supremacists.
Yep.
Now, the left, they target quiet supremacists, but another group of people that I've noticed that they target all the time is people with mental issues, mental health issues. And this is why I believe that we've been seeing a lot of, like, when Kamala lost and all this other stuff, we've seen people, person after person after person, crashing out like nobody's business. Like nobody's business.
For real.
And then after TikTok went down for a little bit, that also showed me that people had more mental problems than we know of. Because there was so many people losing their minds because TikTok went away for a little bit.
Right.
That was crazy to me. Like, I've never become so dependent on a platform, that's especially one that's anti-black like TikTok is.
Right.
I've never become so dependent on a platform like that to where if it goes away tomorrow, I'll lose my mind. Like, I just couldn't get it. And then it hit me. It's because these people already lost their mind. They don't have a mind to have. Right? They don't have a mind to keep in their brain. It's that mind is already gone. And
go ahead.
That's just literally, for me, the more I see those type of things, I notice, like, wait a second. These are the same people that was a part of the Democrats that was just sitting here telling us how we don't know what we're talking about. We're a hate group. We're just Black MAGA and all this other nonsense.
Exactly.
These are the same people that's crashing out when TikTok gets taken away. These are the same people that was running over to whatever the hell that other app is called, Red something. The Chinese
Blue Sky or something like that.
Blue Sky too. They lost the election. They hated that. Oh, we're no longer going to be on TikTok, on Twitter because
it
is an anti-black a platform. We're going over to Blue Sky, and that's just an echo chamber. So
right.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's what I see, especially within the Democratic Party. It's literally a bunch of people with mental health issues being used to further agendas such as this. So I absolutely would see, I can see it right now. Those are the people that would be out there in the middle of the streets protesting as soon as the charges come down. You dig what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And looking at this video, I something about this whole thing. I'm feeling both sides. I'm feeling like this, like, okay, this is one of those the Democrats are okay with type deals for me, because it works for them. Because now what the Democrats get to do is say, see, black folk, y'all said he wasn't gonna come for black. Man, and this is just in Washington, D.C. Of course, this can't go nationwide, but also it's just a tool for fuel. You know what I mean? Because you'll show all the, we're gonna, like the clip we're about to watch, we're gonna see these cops walk up on some brothers chilling, and then they're gonna give them an explanation for why they're doing it. There's another clip of a dude who is just filming them getting maced for no reason. I think these things are one of the things that benefit the Democrats' angle, because they could flat black everything now and then say, see, that's why we have to be unified. And then you get the groups to start coming and cheering. That, to me, looks like a backroom deal between Republicans and Democrats to raise the temperature on this fascist rhetoric, to overshoot the real issue of economics. But let's take a look at this and just see where we at with it.
How y'all doing today? Y'all staying in that trouble? You got your ID on you, chick?
Well, no, I live right here.
Okay. Cool.
It's a cigarette. Did y'all get a call or something about right here?
No, so we're doing checks, keeping everybody safe down here, right? Have you heard of the federal surge that Donald Trump's putting out?
No.
Right. You don't follow like
No.
Code 3, anything like that people are putting up? All right, so yeah, Trump's got all federal agencies kind of coming together for 7 days and going out, trying to stop the violent crime, all kind of stuff. So we're out here contacting people, talking to them, right? Quality of life offenses, smoking, drinking in public, right? Can't happen outside, right? Most people know that. So we're contacting people, trying to advise them of the law so they learn, right? And then if there's other stuff going on where it turns into, there's multiple agencies of somebody, there's a shooting and things like that. So there's extra hands to go, right? So we're just out here trying to inform people and educate people. It's not like we're trying to just go grab people and ruin someone's life over a joint or something like that, all right?
I only asked because when you walked up, at the moment you walked up, you only had eggs. Me.
Yeah, well, it smelled like the odor of marijuana, burnt marijuana in the air, right? And you're the only guy that had something lit in your hand, and I didn't flashlight you, so I didn't realize it was just a cigarette. So that's on me. I appreciate you understanding and not getting chippy with me. All right, so just know, right? Learn, teach, tell your boys, like, yo, everybody's out, from FBI to park police.
Yeah,
Right?
go see
So do your thing. Let them know. Don't be smoking outside. Don't be drinking outside, because Donald Trump is tired of it. People coming to visit.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know smoking in public?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the rest of the
Because in Maryland, it's recreational use, so I didn't know.
Yeah, so DC, it's recreational use as well, right? But you can legally possess up to 2 ounces. You can gift an ounce to your boy, right? So.
Okay, so go ahead, brother.
I'm just glad I wasn't there, because I'm an inquisitive person. I would have had to ask him, aren't you starting in the wrong neighborhoods? I mean,
Right.
it's the Biscos that commit the most crimes out here. So why are you starting over here with a bunch of people just sitting on their stoop, drinking and smoking a cigarette?
Mm-hmm.
And then his explanation, it was just trash. Oh, Donald Trump, he's putting everybody on the streets, and he's got all the agencies coming out, and just tell your boys, tell your friends, no smoking and drinking on the streets. Family. I just look at this and it screams, it reeks of lies. There's something else behind this
Come
that
on.
isn't really being put to the forefront. because none of this makes sense. So if you're putting all these agencies on the street, number one, the CIA is not supposed to operate on American soil.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm
What the
saying?
hell
So
the CIA got to do with a person smoking joint on their porch?
and what killed it for me is the fact that he said Donald Trump's tired of it. What? Like, so you telling me that he's not tired of all the mass unalivings?
Right.
He's not tired of all the fentanyl overdoses. He's not tired of all the meth addicts going and doing methy things.
Right.
You're tired of people sitting on their stairs, smoking a cigarette and drinking.
That's crazy.
Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
Well, that goes back to the whole black folks enjoying themselves. And there's a thing with that. And I've told this story on my broadcast before. Now we both, have both audiences here today. I'll share this story right now. Me and my wife, we were like back when Vegas was kind of popping. We would go, just take our vacation and go down to Vegas real quick. We're not in the Bahamas. We're not in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower. Let's go into Vegas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. However, just the pictures, when you I go back to work and I upload the pictures I took to my computer desktop because I could do that. And so, when you walk away from your computer and your screen starts going through the shots, do you know they told my boss to tell me to take my pictures down because some people were feeling some kind of way. Oh, wow. Me and my wife are smiling in front of this fountain in Vegas. It's like they were feeling some kind of way. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. We all work at the same place. If I can go, you can go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because clearly we all making decent money. So if you could go, if I could go, you could go do what I did. And they'd be going all over the place, right? But when it was me, it was just that they couldn't handle it. And luckily I had a boss that was cool because he actually told on them folks. Because they were comfortable with that with him. Mm-hmm. Tell him to take it down. And so I said that to say that when black folks are just content with being with each other and hanging out, brothers, I've done it with my own friends. I think we all probably have. We could sit up there and chop it up for hours. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Brothers building on, man, we could chop it up for hours, man. And sitting out in that kind of condition, we just out there. I could say in my neighborhood, people knew where my house was, especially back in the day. They knew, hey, the brothers might be out there late. There was a white woman down the street from me that would come walk her dog in like the middle of the night because she knew we were out there. So we were the police presence of our neighborhood. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's just how black folks do. I see this though, and we got these, especially Trump-loving white supremacists, because what they thought as soon as he got in the office, he was going to be kicking niggas' asses. Yeah, but, you know what I mean. But so what they're seeing now is like, hey, why is everybody else catching hell and ain't nobody going after black folks?
I say this all the time, and it is a very core of my ideology. The napkins, the supremacists, they don't like to see black joy. And the reason why they don't like to see black joy is because if you see a black person happy, living their life, doing well for themselves, in their mind, you're not in the position that the system have put you in. You're not in the position that the system has ordered you to be in. You're supposed to be my lapdog. You're supposed to be the mat that I walk on when I come into the house and I clean my feet off, right? If you're out there, do you remember when there was a video clip going around of black men frolicking?
Yes.
And everybody that wanted to jump on it jumped on it. Just different black men clipping themselves, frolicking through the grass. Look at me, I'm
Right.
frolicking. That pissed off so many supremacists for the simple fact that basically what they saw was these folks, they're not looking oppressed.
Right.
This isn't what I signed up for.
Right.
This isn't what I gave all those rights away for, because they gave up many of rights
Mm-hmm.
and many of benefits just to make sure that Black Americans stay at the bottom of the list, at the bottom of the totem pole. So whenever they see us frolicking, having fun, going out, having fun, traveling, having fun, in their minds, they're like, this Negro ain't supposed to have the money to travel.
Right.
This Negro ain't supposed to be smiling like this. He's in the system of oppression. And I gave up free health care. I gave up free schooling. I gave up lower housing costs, all so that they can remain oppressed, and they're laughing and smiling and joking and playing around.
Right.
Then they start to question their place within that system.
Mm-hmm.
So
They do.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Well, you know, like the clip I played from what is it, the Lewiston video, where it says if blacks have the same things as whites, then how can white people substantiate their feeling of superiority? And so what we do is mess with a feeling, and they know it's a false feeling, but we're disrupting, we're putting them at dis-ease. So they look at that as like, hey, wait a minute now, you around me, you're supposed to be kind of, you know, watch your tone and your mind your volume, and you guys over there having fun ignoring me. I'm the white man, and I've seen that happen. I mean, being here in Portland, Oregon,
it's like them guys. It's like them guys who moved to the dang woods talking about they want an all Nabisco community.
Right.
They thought people was gonna just rowdy. Yeah, I spoke on it, and many people spoke on it because of the legalities of the situation. But for the most part, people just didn't care. And once they saw people wasn't caring, they started making more attempts to make people care. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean y'all don't care? Well, what if we say no top hat too? No top hats? Oh, that got them mad.
Right. You know, that's funny too. That's also like the Sydney Sweeney. Now they're moving into the white sorority. The white sorority videos are getting overplayed. And I've been on this for a minute, ever since the whistleblower from Meta. I knew what it was then, because I've watched how the algorithms have shifted. So I knew it was about black women then. And a lot of people couldn't see the angle in the play. It's like, this is about image. And so black men have locked down this image forever. So understand, at the time and even still now, there's a reason why they keep doing what they're doing. And notice their inner hatred against black women is the poster child of that is Beyonce. And they have been trying to chase that. I guess they figured, because if you remember with the Meta thing, they're talking about how little girls didn't feel comfortable, and they felt that they had to augment their bodies.
Right.
So that means that, now what are they pumping with Sydney Sweeney? Flat asses. So you're understand, like the shapeless figure. Oh, that's the American Beauty standard. Why now? Oh, because Beyonce just took back country.
A bag of
while
bones.
doing it. Yeah, and so look at what they're doing. They put up a 27-year-old against a 43-year-old. That's not a win. You got a 43-year-old mother of three against a 27-year-old mother of none. and that's the best you can do. Oh,
Who ain't got
things are in a bad
nobody,
way.
no personality. Her whole
Man.
personality is literally what they presented in this
Yes,
ad.
indeed.
Especially knowing that she wanted to go as far as they wanted to take it. They knew what they were doing.
Right.
So this wasn't no situation to where she was just paid to take a picture or to say a few words and she didn't mean it. No, they asked her, how far do you want to take it?
Big
And
fact.
she said, as far as you want to go. Let's make them mad. So they knew what they were doing.
Yes.
And the thing that really pissed them off is the fact that we still didn't get mad. Everybody's been
Man.
clowning Sydney Sweeney. I didn't even know who the broad was, to be honest
real.
with you. I didn't watch that Euphoria nonsense.
Mm-mm.
It's just not for me. I didn't want to see Zendaya kissing up on another woman. That's not something that I enjoy watching. So you know,
Right.
some people says that it's a good show, and okay, that's their opinion, and I'll stamp that because there's several people I trust who
Right.
said that. But that's not
Right.
something that I myself want to see. And so I don't even give it any damn attention. So
Exactly.
I didn't even know who the hell this woman was. When I saw this woman, I thought she was the Asian chick from Fast and the Furious. Nobody like it was. I'm like, who is this chick? I had to really
Right.
look into who she was.
Right.
And then when
Right.
I saw her body shape and her like nothing about her is appealing to me.
No. I mean,
Nothing.
and again, I'm from Portland, Oregon. I see that every day. On fentanyl. Literally every day. But and Toya Rain, shout out to you and Kid Gravity. I see y'all in the chat. You made a great point also. The other celebrity, the white dude that they were trying they brought this Ken doll looking dude out and was like, yeah, we're gonna have him do this Dunkin' Donuts commercial. I can honestly say I have never even listened to that with the sound on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just saw it, like, you know how the video starts previewing in motion.
Yeah.
That's all I saw. I was like, okay, because you can just write
We're
that
done
off.
here.
Yeah, you know, okay, I see what this is. You guys are still butthurt over Beyonce's doing her thing, and then of course, what they're really, really mad at, and this is why I say somebody reached out to the Democrats from from MAGA land, because black folks ain't catching hell, and these folks don't know what to do about it. And on top of that, everything you tried to come at us with, I think they're not used. This is the other thing. Like, I'm going to use the coast, not the Coast Guard, but all of these agencies and basically have martial law. Yeah, that works in DC. I think that's a show of force. Like, hey, y'all blacks not better act up. I also look at it like that too. However, see, again, like I go back to what I said before. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is one of those backroom Democrat, Republican, two wings of the same bird type of situation. And
Dirty ass pigeon.
And as I'm feeling that, something pops up in my feed. Check this out, brother.
DC Mayor Muriel Bowser announced her Safer, Stronger anti-crime legislation. So this morning, she went to Capitol Hill to testify before the House Oversight Committee about crime in the district and ways to reduce it.
Access to firearms is a national problem, and we need common sense gun reform. We also need this Congress to give the mayor control of the DC National Guard. We welcome your partnerships or non-public safety initiatives as well.
Wasn't that the same woman that was just saying that it was unnecessary for Trump to send the troops over there?
Uh-huh.
Wasn't that the same woman who was saying crime was down actually overall for the past few years?
Uh-huh.
So why in the hell did she, once again, backdoor deals?
I'm just like, okay, there it is. There it
That
is.
makes absolutely no damn sense.
Hey, I
You
gotta fix
literally-
my sound real quick. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, you literally You got on TV sitting here talking about how all this was unnecessary because DC has not been seeing any crime like that. This is a very small case in a wider spectrum to look at, and then you turn around and try to say there's a gun problem across the nation. Stick to what you know in your city, because you're bringing nation crime back to your city after you just said your city didn't have any crime. I don't want to say any crime, but the crime was down. These people lose credibility every day, every single day they play this game. I find it weird, incredibly weird. And not just that, family. Look at the way that these folks respond to DC versus the way that they responded to California. There's something at play here. There's definitely something at play, because we're not hearing the same type of talking points that this is treason. This is authoritarianism. He's trying to take over the United States. Fascism, fascism, fascism. Maybe because there's no illegals involved. However, I just find it incredibly weird that this woman would literally make a big to-do about this situation, only to turn around and say, well, we do have some issues that we have to worry about, so I'm going to introduce a tougher crime bill. I'm going to introduce tougher regulations.
Mm-hmm.
For the what? Either you have the amount of crime that Trump said that you have, or you don't. Somebody's lying in this piece. Or, everybody's lying in this piece.
Well, yeah, I agree, brother. My voice is sounding janky. Hold on, man. Let me get that.
Goddamn stream.
Got me like I'm in. Yeah, man. I'm in witness protection.
You done chopped and screwed. I'm the one in Houston, family. I don't know why he's chopped and screwed. We sent him to DJ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Excuse me. My bad. DJ Screw had to do his vocals real quick. No worries. But yeah, family, that's the weirdest thing to me. The weirdest thing. There you go, brother.
Okay. There we go. Good grief. This is nuts, man. StreamYard been messing with me like this here lately too, man.
And they've been doing the same thing on my end and our brother Alpha's end as well. So it's not just you. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, like right now, I can't hear myself, but I know as long as you can hear me up there, all of a sudden I just popped in my own ear. Okay, all right. Jeez, that's crazy.
As you call it out, they fix it. All right, he noticed it. Put it back.
Yeah, hey, you know what's so crazy too is the video. I tape delay the video, so I recorded. As I'm recording, I'm having issues. I'm like, wait a minute, how are you? I understand being in the live stream, but you're monitoring my recording. Like, nah, that's. And we go through these type of things. I need to get my OBS game down. Really, is what I need to do.
Yeah, I actually released I recorded 2 pre-records for the members only area, and I just knew that I had to get these recordings done because the last recordings that I tried to upload, something happened with YouTube to where they would not release the upload for some reason. It said released, but it was not released. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just do 2 new videos. Wow. And, I'm going to go ahead and release this to the members right away to see if it works. Well, I recorded those 2 videos because I knew I was going to be working the next couple of days. I recorded those 2 videos. I released it to the members only area. And shout out to Miss Nisi and all my other members that let me know. They started commenting, no sound. Wow. And I'm like, what? And I go back, I play the video, and true enough, there's no sound. Now, I was on the stage. I know they're at the bottom. You know how they got the little green dots at the bottom showing the mic?
Sir.
It was showing full power, but yet both videos that I uploaded had absolutely no sound. And so I had to remove those videos. And then I did another pre-record the other day and released it. But before I released it, I made sure once I exported it as the video clip that I went back and checked every single segment to make sure my voice was in there.
Yeah. Because I've had that happen too, man. That's why I was like, okay, I gotta spend some time learning OBS. Because I'm like, OBS will put me in such an independent space. But that's why StreamYard has been updating their stuff the way it is. So
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got OBS. I was using OBS for a time, but I never live streamed with OBS. So it's a little bit, I gotta learn that side of it real quick.
Right.
My brother Torian said he said that my videos was corrupted by the poltergeist. Hey, you know what? that is another that could be the reason. I don't, you know, maybe StreamYard got its own poltergeist running through it because God dang it.
It makes you wonder, man.
It would make a lot of sense.
So, man, and let me play. Okay, let me get this video in here. So let's play a little bit of this video here. We'll take a look at it. Hopefully, we don't have no issues. And I'm hardwired in too, so we shouldn't be having issues like that. StreamYard.
Exactly. I'm all hardwired. That's it. I ain't on no. I've never worked with no dang Wi-Fi, nothing. So I know it ain't my internet.
right. And man. Let me tell you something. Portland, Oregon was on the cutting edge of this. So we're the first for 5G, and we also have optic. So there is no excuse for our internet out here to be tripping. So I know it's StreamYard because we got like some of the strongest internet in the country.
Yeah.
So check this. Let's check this video out, and they're talking about putting cops in DC.
President Trump, let me read you what he wrote on Truth Social. He wrote, the law in D.C. must be changed to prosecute these minors as adults and lock them up for a long time, starting at age 14. He said if D.C. doesn't get his act together and quickly, we'll have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run this city how it should be run and put criminals on notice that they're not going to get away with it anymore. If this continues, I'm going to exert my powers and federalize the city and just to put up with what's happened with crime. In Washington, D.C., assault with dangerous weapons, robbery, violent crime, property crime, all down.
But let's be clear. The Washington City Council had a bill to reduce sentences for crimes across the board, and it was so bad that Democrats in Congress joined with Republicans to stop it. The Washington City Council is, in fact, a cesspool of far-left radicalism.
Oh my.
It's very interesting, isn't it, brother?
It is.
So when it comes down to making sure that police can go knock heads in D.C., the Democrats was like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. No, we're only here protecting illegals. Those little thugs on the corner. Oh, no. You can have at them. Yeah, we got to stop this reducing sentences. No. They're not illegals. We can't deport them. We need to lock them up. Isn't that strange?
Absolutely. And our brother Torian, he just took the words right out of my mouth. It sounds a lot like what Trump was saying with the exonerated 5.
Exactly.
That's what I heard when they said, oh, we need to make sure these 14-year-olds get charged as adults. Like, what?
Right. You gonna do that to the little white kids?
You got Nabiscos running around here with all kind of weaponry, heavy artillery, going into their schools and unaliving everybody and getting taken to McDonald's. Y'all seen that clip of the Nabisco children, the 2 Nabisco boys that was playing with the dang weapon, and the po-po caught them in the backyard. And they kept pointing the weapon at the po-po, and the po-po didn't fire not one shot. They fired a beanbag. And they didn't even fire the beanbag directly at those children. They fired it at the wall, and while they were looking at the beanbag, they rushed in and grabbed the children up.
Wow.
You telling me that they're okay?
Wow.
But just a random 14-year-old black kid, yeah, we got to make sure that he gets the full stint, charged as an adult and go to jail for the full stint of the crime.
That's crazy. You remember the Babyface gangsters? They had a whole shootout with the police. Police over there. Don't make me do this. Come on. Please don't make me do this. It's like, what are you? Really? And so, I mean, you think about Tamir Rice, that cop's foot wasn't even firmly planted on the ground before he would shoot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to go get him. See, I'm looking at this, but I also, I hate to say it, but I kind of look at these things as good because I know what we're up against.
Mm-hmm.
We know in our area, in the grassroots, we are fully aware of what we're dealing with. The problem is those people who have been stuck in such and we're seeing that these people have kind of been mentally manipulated over the course of years.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, they believe that their position is the only right and true position, and they cannot even enter into a intentional conversation of dialogue about a matter. Everything is one way, and if it's not that way, they're shaming. That's a person with a personality disorder. And these people have been fueling those type of people with the stuff they get out. I'm like almost like having a Manchurian candidate, and so you know what trigger words to keep this person in line. You know what I'm saying? So I think they kind of do that. Your dog might be trying to warn you a bit. Maybe somebody out there, you might need to get off camera and handle something real quick.
my dog is literally barking at the neighbor's dog because the neighbor's dog is barking because she just had puppies. And so now my dog hear her barking and thinks she could go around barking because she hears her barking. So I gotta just remind her it's quiet time while she's in this house, unless it's written out. Right. If she start like running around barking, then I know something's up.
Okay. All right.
She was laying there slick quiet, and you don't hear nothing until you hear a bark over there, and then all of a sudden you hear looking around.
Hey, but I guess it's better to have that little alarm than not.
That's true. 100.
Man, so let's check a little more out. Look at these stats, too. That's kind of crazy.
That is the truth. First of all, this president has his hand full. He needs to just go and stay on the federal level. Now, I didn't know, Scott, that my Republican colleagues now all of a sudden believe in bigger government. If that's what they believe in, that government should come in and take over, let's go ahead and start with Medicare for all. 68,000 Americans die every single year. Millions are underinsured. If this how y'all rolling, if this how y'all rolling, let's roll. Let's do
Is there agreement there?
Let's do this, Scott.
I'm just going to tell you right now, the plight
of
American hero Big Balls has set off
American hero,
a firestorm in the Republican Party. This kid who worked for the Doge guys didn't shut down any diners that I know of, but he.
Wait.
This man found it in his heart. He found it in his spirit to not just say he's a hero, but he prefaced it by saying Big Balls is an American hero. Oh man, these people are so unserious.
Oh my God, man. Come on, man.
I was about to speak to what Nina said, though. Shout
Oh,
out
go
to
ahead.
her because
Yes.
when she spoke facts. That was a cold ass little uppercut right there.
Yeah, it
I
was.
didn't know that the Republicans were into big government. That right there was enough. That was just a
Ooh-wee. And that's the funny thing about it is, they talk government overreach and all this overspending and government control, and it needs to be to the people, and it needs to be to the cities and the states and the government. Okay. So now you're okay with government overreach. And again, I looked at and heard the stats of the arrests that they've made. That's a typical day in any city. That's not a surge. These
Right.
guys this is unserious as hell. So that's what's like that's the thing though, because you got to watch these supremacists because it's so stupid. There's got to be something to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And look, and salute to Torian. Torian said that's his name is Ed Korstein, whatever. Why the hell didn't he say, well, Ed Korstein, he's an American hero? No, he had to be unserious with this. This man said big balls. He knows what the hell he was doing.
Right. He knows exactly what he was doing. And
Big
so
name
that
or not.
shout out to and rest in peace and power to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. But that's kind of an ode to what she say.
Fear of genetic annihilation.
And so an American hero is some white boy named Big Balls.
And he didn't do nothing but get his ass whooped. That made him a hero.
Right.
Sound like John Lewis to me.
And you know what's kind of funny is I'm not hearing anything. This guy is Cora Steen. Huh. No anti-Semitic play on this one, huh? Okay. All right, let's keep going.
That is
He's out of the
surprising.
government. Now he goes out on the street.
Infiltrated all of our
He protects a
information.
woman from being attacked by a roving street gang, and he had the crap kicked out of him. And, we had a congressional intern murdered not too
Wait
long
a second.
ago.
Pause that real quick, family.
I'm just telling you, Republicans.
Wait, what?
Did he say he protected a woman from getting harassed by a
Yeah.
bunch of street thugs? I thought the street thugs was trying to rob him of his car.
Thank you.
I thought this was a failed carjacking gone wrong.
That's what I thought.
All of a sudden, there's a mystery lady. All of a sudden, there's somebody that he pushed out of the way to protect from all the hoodlums, 10 of them.
So let me guess. This is a white woman that he came to the rescue. Was this an episode of Superman or Spider-Man? Like, what's happening here? Oh man, what's going on here? This is like, okay, here I come to save the day. Oh,
It's
my
me,
goodness.
Big Balls.
Big Balls. The super Aryan is here. I am gonna come save this woman. Get your black hands off of that clean Christian white woman. Oh God, this is
You
crazy.
can't
What are we
make
talking
this
about,
up.
bro?
This has to be written by the Most High. I'm gonna tell you right now, you
Oh,
cannot
my
write
goodness.
this stuff.
And I'm 50-50. Like, are y'all serious? Or is again, a lot of racist laws have came in by way of jokes, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hear some more, man. Lord.
Right now have about had it with the violence and the idea that you can't even walk around D.C. right now without getting attacked by street gangs.
Don't we have laws on the books already?
400
they're not being enforced.
I served on local government. There is no elected official worth their salt on any level of government that is okay.
That's correct.
With innocents being attacked.
That's
and
correct.
it's wrong, Scott Jennings.
What do you
It's
mean?
wrong.
What's wrong?
It's wrong to characterize it in that
That
way.
DC is a
that you
violent
have-
place
that
where
you-
people
there-
don't
there-
feel
there-
safe?
There are many violent places.
Okay, so
all across the country.
Come on. Okay, hold on. Wait. I got to bring us back up here. Hold on. Hold on. Did Netanyahu cut a check? Did Netanyahu and the AIPAC have some conversations or something? because all of a sudden, let's worry about violence in DC. Damn all that stuff that's going on over in Gaza. That's we want to try to make that old news. Y'all still talking about that? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and give them another little bit, 20 billion. Hey man, and there's a lot of crime in DC. Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Some folks done got greased, man. I don't know this. Am I tripping?
I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. I'm right there with you. I'm sitting here. I need to follow the paper trail because God dang it, this man says that DC is a very violent place. So is a bunch of sundown towns, and we don't see the National Guard getting sent there. Like, what are these people? What are we talking about here?
Right. Exactly. That's my point. Wait, what's happening here? This is not making sense. and all of a sudden, this is the major news. Like, come on, you needed to use black folks as a smokescreen some kind of way, and I guess this was it. Toya said this was the play Trump has been waiting for. Clearly, bro. Lord. Said notice how they haven't stopped talking about those Epstein files. You are absolutely right, my good brother.
And that's another play. That's another play on this. That's another layer of this. He really thought by federalizing DC, that would put that to the forefront rather than people still going off about these Epstein files. And that's just not the case. A lot of folks, they're walking away from them strictly off the strength that the Republicans voted against releasing the files. Right. Even though I'm pretty sure these files are nothing burgers. I want y'all to tell us who's on those tapes. I want you to show us the picture evidence that came from Epstein Island, the evidence of the picture book that Epstein kept at his brownstone in New York, the picture book that he kept at his mansion out in Florida. Hell, tell me what was going on in those little I forget, transhuman farms that he had. Mansion out there in New Mexico where he was taking women and experimenting with the transhuman stuff. Tell me about those things. Show me those photos. I don't care about the Epstein files if you're not telling me about any of that. I know about the Epstein case. I know about Ghislaine Maxwell's case.
Right.
Tell me what they were doing and who they were, their accomplices were. I already know. Les Wexner, he should be locked the hell up right now.
There you go.
He's the one that sold the brownstone, the mansion, and the private jet to Epstein for $1. With everything already equipped with surveillance.
See, they asked that question too. Remember the question they asked Donald Trump in the him and Bondi, and they asked him if Epstein was working for any intelligence agencies. And I would have to say, like, absolutely, that dude was. I mean, that clearly makes sense. And so I perceive two things that happened here in the last 8 years. And realistically, I kind of knew stuff was going funky when Chris Lighty went out. Because that's when I knew, like, oh, this is finna be deep. Because, like, these are things you was hearing about for years, right?
Yep.
But I started seeing some of the chips fall. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, because these are things that you heard, like, for me, maybe 15, 20 years. Some of these things, these people have been active for a very long time. And so, especially around everybody kind of around and tied around them Clintons. Yeah, bro, you know, it's all coming full circle. So I was wondering, like, what's next? And so when they hit Puffy, like, if you look at Puffy right now, Puffy should be home.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they are they are making sure this man understands the order of things because, okay, you got off from that. We're still going to keep you locked up. But the main thing was all of your leverage that you had against all of these other people like Epstein to where you could cooperate. See, that's why all of this Epstein stuff went so far. They had to wait until they could secure what Diddy had. And then now notice how there's no connection between Diddy and Epstein. They're never mentioned in the same circles. And a lot of these names, Chris Lighty being one, is one that you would find in both circles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So when he in quotes deleted himself, I felt like that was a loose end. And the Clintons, come on now, they got a history of loose ends being sewed up.
I'm gonna be real with you, family. And this isn't me putting on a conspiracy hat or nothing like that. I truly believe that he was taken to the land of the small hats, and they're protecting him over there. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when they asked Alexander Costa, which was the person who was the attorney general at the time, when they charged Epstein and gave him that sweetheart deal.
Yes.
He already said out of his own mouth when they asked him, why did he get this sweetheart deal? He said out of his mouth that someone above him came to him and told him not to touch this situation because of the fact he is not an agent. He said he's an asset.
Right.
Right. So when a person says that, an asset means that you're either working for or you're informing for.
Right.
Either way, you're working with those people. Now, my question would be, which people? Because he was known, and just like Lex Wessner, he's a suspected Mossad member. That's well known. Like, I don't even understand why we're like, I don't know what we're talking about, to be honest with you, because if you follow the money, you'll be able to find at least a handful of his co-conspirators. That was another thing that they did too. Acosta did. Not only did he give him a sweetheart deal, but many of his co-defenders was shielded from prosecution using that sweetheart deal. So his groom, not just Ghislaine Maxwell, I forget the other girl's name, but she became a pilot. He paid for her to go to pilot school and all this other stuff. She was a conspirator as well. She got let off. There was another woman, I forget her name too, but she was also let off. There was 3 women altogether that was looked at as main groomers for Epstein.
Wow.
And all of them literally
got just straight walk through.
We don't even need you here. Don't even worry about it. Don't even come to court. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Now, see, and that's the thing. Now, when stuff like that happens, the Democrats should be screaming. But it's like, no, you know, it's funny. For the last 4 years, there was no talk about Epstein
at all.
And then all of a sudden now it's a thing. And for me, just thinking of all the people and plus the government that can be implicated in this, I automatically knew they weren't going to release anything. But what's surprising me is that they kept the conversation of it going. But to your point, family, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of things like what he just said, but dealing with certain situations, there have been, and I can't confirm anything because who can, but it has been kind of speculated in certain circles that in certain areas they might fake a death, but that person's not really away from the land of the living, but they've been pulled in from where they were. So what you said, it made me think of things I've heard before. So yeah, like I know you're like, I don't want to put on my conspiracy hat, but yeah, I had that those are type things that I have heard before. So just being honest.
And to be honest with you, this is something that's been in the news before, where it came out that the small hat community had broken a few PDF files out of jail and took them over to their homeland or the land, right? So this isn't something that is just out of the blue, out of the air. I'm just reaching. This is stuff that's literally already been into the public lexicon. It's been in the public atmosphere. It's just that people aren't tying these things together. And the same way you brought up the Clintons, you know, a lot of people, nobody mentions the fact that, you know, Bill Clinton was wearing a blue dress painted as a mural on the floor of this man's brownstone in New York.
Yes, indeed.
Like we know that it wasn't just Democrats. We know it wasn't just Republicans. It was people in academia. It was scientists. This man was putting money in a lot of different areas. The only person that I can put in the same box with Jeffrey Epstein at this point in time is Peter Nygard. They were both doing the exact same thing. Peter Nygard was the Jeffrey Epstein of Canada. That's in my humble opinion.
Okay. Wow.
I'm telling you, man. This
See, okay, and that family, I hope y'all are catching what we're talking about now, because see, I didn't even know that part about the Canadian cat. So all of these different things that even me and my brother here have, I guess, came past certain information over the years. It's man, there is something here. You know what I'm saying? Torian said, don't forget about Keith Rainier and Nexium.
From Nexium,
Yeah.
Straight cult.
It is, and you know what? There's a lot, and that's one thing about the business. You can learn a lot very early, depending on your company. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a good understanding of what's happening. Like when people, have you ever heard artists say, I'm a provider?
Yeah, I've heard a couple of them.
Yeah, because people believe that means, oh, he's providing for his family with this job. No, that's not what that means. It's not at all what that means. No, when he say, especially for all you atheists out there, what that particular line means is he is a provider of souls.
I was just talking about this on my broadcast earlier for all the people who's in the chat that was there. I was just speaking about how real the satanic world is within the music industry and the film industry. And as somebody who's been in the music industry, and yourself included, I've actually been to one of those parties, right? Where they see me and they want to groom me because they see that I was a young, intelligent young brother. And I was just getting started I was a junior A&R at the time working with Chuck Reed. So they wanted to groom me. So they started sending me to these parties, and they wasn't always in Hollywood. These aren't always Hollywood parties. Understand something. You're going to get sent to parties before you get to Hollywood. They're going to see how you're going to react outside of the Hollywood scene. So I was being sent to parties in Temecula. I was being sent to parties in freaking Palm Springs. But see, none of these parties, and I was just used to the people, you know, drinking, doing drugs and all that other stuff. It just wasn't my thing. So like I wasn't going into the rooms and things like that. There was, but I wasn't saying nothing either. So it's like it's like Vegas, you know, you don't nobody mentions What
You got
goes
it.
on in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
See, and that's how they yeah, brother.
And,
Yeah,
and
you
the
got
only
it,
thing
man.
that threw me off, the only thing that really stopped me from even participating in any, I stopped going to parties altogether when I was invited by these folks. I went to a party in Temecula, and a good friend of mine was like, "Hey, let's pick up some drinks." And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, because I know it's going to crack off and I'm pulling something home tonight. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we go to this party. We stop, we get the drinks or whatnot. We go to the party. We didn't even need to stop to get drinks. There was dope everywhere. When I say dope, I'm talking about all the hard stuff.
Yes, sir.
Right? I'm talking about the pills. I'm talking about the snow. I'm talking about marijuana. Everything was already there. Liquor was there. Everything was there. Only difference.
The junkies are probably already in the bathroom.
Oh, already in the bathroom. Only difference that I saw at this party, rather than all the other parties, they had a rule that once you come into the house, the mansion, because this was a mini mansion in Temecula.
Gotcha.
When you go inside the house, everybody must strip and get naked. So I'm walking through the house and I'm not stripping because that's not who I am, but I'm walking through the house and come to find out everybody in that just naked. When they trying to tell me, hey, you know, you got to take off your clothes. I said, I ain't taking off my clothes. Y'all do y'all thing or whatever.
Yeah,
buddy. Like, you know what? And this is all women. They made sure to have to send the women to me to try to get me to do these things. You get what I'm saying?
That's game.
And as soon as I told these women, they was like, go ahead, take off your clothes. What you scared? I'm like, I ain't scared. I say, you want to see me naked? Let's go into one of these rooms. It'll be me and you. I'm not about to walk through this whole dang house butthole naked just because y'all want to have a nude party. And it didn't click to me at that point in time that they were testing me to see how I was going to do things. You get what I'm saying? And immediately I told the homie like this after I told the females that I'm not doing it or whatnot. I told the homie like this. I said, hey, you can go in if you want, but I'm leaving. And since I drove, I won't be coming back to get you. So make a decision. And the homie said, you know what? Forget it. He came on back with me.
Oh, okay.
But my point is this. These parties are frequent when it comes to being an artist.
Yeah.
And they want to see how far they can have you reach.
Yes.
Because if you reach far, then guess what? You're going to be reaching down.
Absolutely. And that, man, that's one of the things that people don't understand about the business. I remember telling people years ago, you know, why I did what I did. And so he was like, man, you crazy. Yeah, I would have been on that plane to Orlando. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. I understand you say no to the mouse. That's one thing. But, you know, there's a lot of influence out there. But again, when you're telling me there's no fluff, you're telling me exactly what you want me to do. I ain't good with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, the shit that because I'm a songwriter, so they'd ask me to like, so you know, you got any problem with writing songs about this? One thing, do I have a problem with writing songs about adultery? It's like I don't really do that. I write love songs. Well, you know, some people might want that. Some people in Hollywood worship certain things. So when you guys hear certain words and things mentioned in songs, if you was in my brother's broadcast early, this satanic cult thing is not it's not a conspiracy. It's very real. Those of us who have said no, and have, you know, it comes with a price, comes with a cost. I've been blackballed a long time ago, all the way to blackballing me out of gospel music. The only reason why any of my music was able to hit, because again, you put my shit out there, it'll go platinum, is because it was released by Prince. That's the only way that that got an award. It's nominated. But that's what they don't want. If they can't control a person who can do that, then man, they shut you down. Like I had a gospel record on my partner presented it for a Gospel Music Workshop of America youth choir record. They immediately took the song, was like, yep. So he taught the song, everything. They're getting ready to record it. So, of course, now you got to get the finalization part. Who's the writer?
As soon as they say your name.
It's my buddy. The song was cut. The song immediately got dropped.
We're dropping this from the album.
Bro. My bro called me back. He was like, man, you really pissed these people off. Like, fam, I wasn't with some of that shit, man. And on top of that, I'm just, no offense to any of my homosexual brothers out there, but I'm not gay. I'm just not gay, man. And a lot of that stuff is very gay.
Most of these labels are ran by somebody who is.
Very. I got paid and fired because I wasn't cracking it open. But under contract, you still got to pay me. But they literally fired me while I was backstage because I wasn't going back to the hotel. I'm telling you, like, and this is playing for a gospel artist too. And so I had to call my partner and say, bro, he said he from your neck of the woods. You know this fool? He's like, yeah. A lot of people know him. Yeah. Okay. So it let me know. Okay, I was right. Just do it. Hey, I want to spend some time with somebody before I leave town. Oh, you want to come back to the room? Oh, y'all gonna have is there gonna be some women there? Oh no, just me. Oh, okay. Nah, I'm good, man. I don't do that.
For what?
Come on, dude. Nah,
you want to spend some time with somebody? Go find somebody. Why are you trying to invite me to your room? I'm not one of those type of people. And that's one of the things that made me leave that party scene was the whole fact that once I realized that they're pushing me more and more around people that I am not ideology synced with.
Yes.
I'm in a space where I could just sit here and just watch a bunch of dudes. What did Pimp C said when he said
him? Never been in the room with him. Never been in the room.
Yeah, that's been my whole thought process in this whole situation. Anytime they're trying to do something in a group setting, for the fuck what? Excuse my French. I didn't even mean that to slip, but
no, I feel you, bro.
For what?
Man,
it's a hell no for me.
And y'all got to know a lot of that is it's scratching the surface of getting you to get into certain behaviors. Why do you think all of these artists, when they're really stars, they always got sunglasses on and all of this? Because they know what they put themselves through. And a lot of them people by that time are hooked on drugs. They are stone cold addicts. So they have to, because they know exactly what they did. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's some other practices that even go way worse with these folks. Because these people, okay. Why do you think they would push abortion so much? You understand what I'm saying? You got them folks out there and they push it. It's because it also has a certain tie to what their agenda is. So that is those powers that be. So when you're looking at this Epstein situation overall, you got to understand that's Hollywood. Look at Harvey Weinstein and all of them. They made him the sacrificial lamb. But because they had to give up Weinstein, they threw the book at these Negroes. Made these cats spend all kind of money. Ran Young Thug out of Atlanta. I mean, look. You got Puffy still in jail. R. Kelly got 1 million years. You come on, man. It's like we gotta sacrifice one. We gonna stick sticking to these fools.
Mm-hmm. And it's usually the people that you don't expect, especially like family, with all the people that we know through the industry that participates in these type of situations that Epstein would be looked at. Like we see people such as Quincy Jones that was known for having these type of parties. That's just what it is, you know. But when you look at the way that they approach the situation,
yeah.
Oh, they went after R. Kelly, and they never went after what's his name? Hugh Hefner.
Oh, never, no.
And Hugh Hefner had Brooke Shields in his magazine butt naked when she was 14 years old.
Yeah.
14.
That's real talk. Real
Everybody knew what was going on at the Playboy Mansion. Before there was an Epstein, guess what? There was a Hugh Hefner.
Word.
And they never went after him.
I'm really surprised of one female who doesn't tell on anybody, and that's Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yeah, she's another one.
Like Drew Barrymore could see that to let you know how far she is in and she's down, because Drew Barrymore been there since Studio 54, man. So she has seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't
everybody who went through there.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm like, wow, she's really down with the squad. You know what I mean? Because if she had a real feel like I gotta come clean, she would have been blowing the doors off this a long time ago. Because Drew Barrymore know faces, names, and partners when she was underage. I'm saying,
you know, names, dates, situations, what she was doing before she went to the situation.
Ooh, man, I'm telling you, I'm like, I'm so kind of. There's just certain things that you kind of got to remember. I'm old enough to remember, like, hey, why are you quiet? You know what I mean? Like, that's funny. You ain't got nothing to say. It's just I also pay attention to who stays quiet. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. Why is it so quiet, all of us? This is what my whole thing about people coming out begging for the Epstein files now that Trump is back in office. You know, the man was unalive during Trump's first term. Why wasn't you guys running around when Biden was in office saying, hey, we need to release these Epstein files. We need to have some transparency so that the American public can trust us and know that we're working in the best interest of our American citizens. That didn't happen. I ain't hear not anybody go around talking about the Epstein files. As a matter of fact, I did hear somebody, Trump, when he said if I was in the Epstein files, the Democrats would have released it already.
That's true.
Fair assumption.
Yeah.
I don't think Trump is in the Epstein situation. I know that he's tied to it, but what I believe is one of his major donors is tied to Epstein. It's like name by name, right? That's what I think is happening. And because before he was so like ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. He said, when I get in the office, we're definitely going to release these files because the people want to know. The people need to know. People got to have that information. Then he gets in there, and all of a sudden he called amnesia. Well, Epstein? What? Who's Epstein? You still talking about this guy? Come on, we got problems in Gaza. We got wars all over the place, and you guys want to talk about Epstein?
Man, I was thinking like he'd have walked into his office and found that little Brock's candy on his desk. So we ain't talking about this. Epstein. I don't even know why you guys still bringing that up, man. What's wrong with you guys?
Who is this guy?
Who is he? Yeah, I was like, he saw that little star peppermint on his desk. Like, okay, we not talking about this no more.
Leave that alone. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to that situation with the Epstein and let's say the Clintons, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Clintons, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this documentary, but there's a well-known documentary about the Clintons. It's called The Clinton Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Clinton Chronicles, it basically shows the rise of Bill Clinton from the Arkansas governor to becoming the president of the United States. All the people that helped him, how he got there, because he started out as a drug dealer. Bill allegedly, Bill was out there serving that white. And that's how he was able to get into the office. And then he paid for Hillary to go to law school, right? And then after she got out of law school and after he got done serving his terms, that's when he then ran for the president of the United States. Now, I say that to say this. Everybody who spoke up in that documentary about the Clintons have been unalived. Has been just clear cut unalived.
Wow. Okay. See, for those of y'all, I know we got some folks over here that might be around my age, but if y'all young, man, y'all might want to take a look at that documentary, because a lot of y'all might not understand there is a graveyard that come with them folks. And so when we talk about the Clintons, you got to understand, like, also you can see it's all kind of tied in together. They all one big family, y'all. And so from the Clintons, I believe it's Bill, George Bush, and Obama are all somehow kin. And
they're all connected through blood. Yeah.
So when you see stuff like that, it ain't by accident. And these families have been put in place for a long period of time. And I the way I'm seeing it, especially with Bill Clinton, that's funny you said he was a dope dealer. I'm not shocked at all. Shout out to Mac Dre. Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
Hey, go down.
You know, because I just thought, like, wait, he wasn't serving there. Why he Bill Clinton over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he got his go.
That's funny. But I mean, I guess just like a Kennedy, you know,
absolutely.
Well, and he wouldn't be the first, that's kind of the American way. But then they get a chance to rewrite their own history. Because, also you start getting into the slave trade. A lot of this, that's one thing they eliminate out the slave trade a lot when you hear this. It's like they wasn't just moving liquor and tobacco and slaves. Nah, they had that opium on there too. They was over there slanking that opium. So, like, come on now.
Moving that work.
Yes, they were. So, yes, the slave trade was also the dope trade as well, while these people try to be so high and mighty on law and order. Now, to make this pivot to this last particular conversation of the night, your state, brother, we got to go down to your state. You got to go to your state.
My home state, or where I'm at right now?
Where you currently reside, not the home state.
Okay.
Yeah, not the home state. But man, we got to hit that Texas, brother. Something that happened here in Oregon, I think a few years ago. We have a law now. But it happened to where the Republicans ran or left. They refused to come back into session. So they basically were no shows on the job. So to prevent certain legislation they didn't agree with. So it's pretty much identical to what's going on in Texas right now. Now, what they ended up having done is they came up with a law to, if you are absent from your seat more than, I believe, 10 sessions or whatnot, then you'll lose your seat. That's a law Democrats put into place. Now that we're hearing about this thing in Texas, everybody is co-signing it. And I couldn't help but notice in my local media here that made such a big deal out of these Republicans leaving, they are saying that the Democrats in Texas is reminiscent of the government shutdown in D.C. I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. Oh, you just gonna totally skip over our own state and start talking about Washington, D.C. The reason is because they don't want these Republicans thinking about laws against Democrats in Texas.
Right.
So looking at this particular situation, she doesn't look too happy now, does she?
Not at all. But then again, she never looks happy unless she's talking about illegal. So,
Right. And, my wife says she kind of rubs her as African. I still feel Trinidad.
I thought that, somebody came out and put the hot comb through her hair. But now that I've been looking at it a lot closer, one of my sisters in the chat the other day when I brought up Jasmine Crockpot here, she's like, no, that's a wig. And now that I'm looking closer at it, I'm starting to see the seam. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, right around that front right there. It's not really smoothed in.
Yeah.
So you see
put
where
enough makeup.
You see where the lace front actually literally begins. Oh, sure, that's not a sign of a tether.
Yeah.
Not to mention, she keeps wearing wigs and then she forego the baby hair. She is looking for different looks. Oh, and notice that she's now going collarless. Because remember, she was wearing those big outdated Caribbean outfits with the big shoulders.
Yeah, she was wearing pantsuits by Hillary. That's what that was. Pantsuits by Hillary.
And you know how some of the islanders be wearing them outdated outfits. So let's hear what she has to say about her redistricting, which is, by the way, she has to actually do something for black folks, but that's crazy. Man, they messed with my sound again, ain't they?
You're back in the matrix.
All right, let me go ahead and start this. You got it, brother.
All right.
You were a member of the Texas State House back in 2021. You're in the U.S. House now, but you were a state legislator, and you were part of the crew that fled the state in an attempt to block voting restrictions in Texas. What do you make of Governor Abbott's argument that is not what Texans do? It's gutless, it's cut and run. You're fleeing like chickens. You need to show up to do your job the way most Texans do, et cetera. What's your response?
The only weak link in this equation is the governor himself. It's not Texans that elected the governor to the governor's mansion that asked him to do this. It is the criminal that is currently serving in the White House that begs for him to do this. So let me tell you something. I can guarantee you that Gene Wu's district has not called in and said that he is not representing them or their voices. In fact, it's just the opposite. And I know that my governor may not have practiced law too recently, but I would like to inform him, if he cares to know, that our Texas Constitution specifically provides for being a reform. That is in our Constitution, that they are more Texan and more American than the governor and the president himself.
Says the woman from Missouri. That's pretty funny. My wife is a Texan. You know what I'm saying? Like, lady, you're from Missouri. Cut it out. The Democrats are likely to lose the redistricting war. See, this is where they're having an issue. And again, think about this is the chickens coming home to roost, in my opinion. The Democrats have been nonstop trying to flood the zone against us, right? So now here it goes. What they did to her is absolutely comical. So now she has the complete black district, and then they took all of the white businesses away. So what she legitimately has now is only the space to advocate for black folks, and she don't want to do that.
Oh yeah.
So for y'all black Democrats out there that's talking about, oh, I love her, she is upset at having to serve black folks. What you got to say about that, brother?
Absolutely. She's mad as hell that the fact that they said, oh, you want to be all neck snappy, you want to act like you're doing for black people, you're always bringing up black people, but in the same damn sentence you're talking about illegals, you're talking about Ukraine, you're talking about Canada, you're talking about Mexico, you're talking about everything else, but you're sitting there acting as if it's racist to black people. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and put all these black folks in your district. Let's remove American Airlines from your district. Let's remove all these people who will pay you, wink wink,
right,
who will donate, wink wink, to your campaign and help you stay in office, which I feel is a very intelligent move. I mean,
yes.
I can't remember the name of the state, but there's a state that literally gerrymanders so damn hard that there's really never been a Republican representative there, right? And I'm trying to remember.
Familiar.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the city, and it's really killing me that I don't have it on hand. But
it's in the Northeast, I think.
Yeah, but
it's in the Northeast.
These are the games that they play. Delaware, it might be Delaware.
That's what's coming to mind.
Yeah, it might be Delaware. But these are the games that they play. So when those same games get played with them, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care on either side. I don't have a dog in this fight, because all I know is that you both are fighting to see who's going to control the system of supremacy. That's what it is. And unfortunately for Jasmine Crockpot Crockett, she don't understand that these folks, they might be putting money into your pockets, but when it comes down to that power element, oh no, you definitely, you don't qualify, boo-boo. And so I find it hilarious that she's more upset that all these different businesses has been taken out of her districts, because she just said the quiet part out loud. She screamed the quiet part. And this is what all these other politicians are worried about when it comes to redistricting. It's not really about the constituents in their districts. It's about how many businesses can I get donations from to get lenient policies for them, to get lenient legislation for them. That's what it's all about.
I totally agree. Let's check out a little more. Got two screens.
Economist says Democrats are likely to lose the redistricting war. If both sides abandon principle, a draw is possible, but Republicans face fewer obstacles. Is this gerrymandering arms race really worth it if Democrats still are going to end up on the losing side of the numbers? Governor Abbott said today that if California adds 5 Democrat seats to offset the 5 Republican seats that might come from this redistricting, he'll just add 5 more Republican seats. He said it will be 10.
Yeah, so here's my attitude. We may lose the battle, but we will absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
You've got ideas. Turn them into impact with Shutterstock. Do it yourself. Do it with.
Hold on.
I hate when I have a clip all queued up and all of a sudden.
Oh, commercial. Oh, it's Shutterstock. Okay. Yeah, it's like, oh, gotcha.
You thought you were going to get away from one, huh? Is what I'm saying. Right now, when it comes to our base, they want to see a fight. They don't want to see us just lay down and say, okay, well, the Republicans want to do whatever they want to do. They want to minimize voices. They want to systemically get rid of those Black electeds, because look at the numbers. And to be clear, Florida is already in this thing. We know that Texas is in this thing. We know that they're putting pressure on Indiana as well as Missouri. So here's the deal. They have already decided that the only way that they can win, because they have failed policies, is by making sure that they can cheat their way. And while they're cheating their way, the only way that they can do that is while they also at the same time violate the Constitution as well as the Voting Rights Act and make sure that it's people of color. We're talking about them going after Clyburn in South Carolina. We're talking about Andre Carson in Indiana. We're talking about them going after Reber in Missouri. We're talking about them going after Amelia Sykes in Ohio. We're talking about them.
Wait. Okay. So what we mentioned this earlier, brother. We most definitely went over this earlier. I said this feels like two wings of the same bird. And so when you start getting down the road, like, wait. So if he starts bum rushing black kids in Washington, D.C., all of a sudden, this starts morphing into a people of color position. And, man, trying to get the Democrats right on the whole, boy, that's tricky. But we see y'all. What you got to say about that, bro?
I'm just highly surprised that this woman just literally, once again, made sure, and she does this often, brings it right on back to the people of color, but you're upset that you was given a district full of people of color. Make it make sense.
Exactly. Let's hear it finish.
Coming for 3 of the 4 Black representatives that we currently have in the state of Texas. So don't tell me this isn't about race when they are clear about who it is that will lose the most when it comes to having their say-so on the federal level. They are absolutely systemically making sure that they roll back all that was fought for, bled for, and died for as relates to those that came before us.
Bro, let me ask you this.
You were a member of the Texas.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this, bro. Is she trying to tap in to the Kyrie Irving, Shador Sanders? You know, because there's certain folks of ours that we always gonna kind of cover. You know what I mean? It almost feels like she's trying to Luther herself. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it feels really janky because she's a suspected tether. But everything that she does is so not us.
Either a suspected tether or a whole coon.
Well, we've seen our coons. And even our coons still have some things that can relate because they've been here. So just by even still, like Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse Lee Peterson is a staunch homosexual coon. However, he has the historical references by way of presence. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that we just experienced in life just because we were living in that time. Where the hell is this woman? She's 45. She's not no kid. Where is her experience? We're all in our 40s. Okay. Why isn't she talking like us? We could talk about things from the 80s. We could talk about things from the 90s. Well, technically, we could talk about things from the 70s, but from the 80s when we really was coming up, and the 90s when we were becoming men, and then 2000s when, you know, we got the families on deck. We saw a lot. I saw 2 spaceships blow up midair. I've lived through a volcano eruption. And I've witnessed all of our icons living. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, I was telling my wife the other day, I remember when Stevie Wonder's Do I Do was released. It was a hot hell summer here. Hot as hell. That summer was running on white folks radio. Like, it's like Stevie Wonder was so hot that summer, the white folks in this town was playing his records. So I'm just like, there's things time like we could remember. Also in our community that ties into our relationship with say growing up in the church, growing up in your neighborhood schools, we got this interconnected thing, because especially in the church community, which there's probably your core family and then your extended family, and then the church community family.
Yep.
So you're so intertwined with folks. Like, for instance, here we got a church here that's like I played drums at. There's a family there. I'm not gonna go anywhere and see somebody with that name, and I guarantee you they are part of that family. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing just in our community. We know these big ass families. Like, oh, okay, you one of them. Like, there's some of these folks, you know who they are because you could see them and look at them. Oh, I know who your people is. Same thing when they talk about how we can't decipher the difference between us and tethers.
Yep.
Family. How did our families determine if those babies belong to our families? Them old grandmothers and aunties, what they do?
Pick them right on up. Come here, boy. Let me look at you.
Let me take a look at you.
Hold on. Let me look at these ears.
Look at your feet.
All right, he might be one of us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a fact. And
that is it.
Hey, man, and I don't think these people really understand that. And I'm looking at, like, I've been trying to find history on Jasmine Crockett. Of course, all of that's been scrubbed off the internet. Her father was a mailman, also a preacher. And he's a Episcopalian. It's like, that's very Islander.
Wait, I thought her mother was the mailman and her father is the doctor.
I think her father's a preacher. Her father,
he's definitely a preacher, but I believe that he's a doctor, and then the mother worked for the post office.
Okay, maybe that's actually how it happened. Because those stories keep changing too. Oh, they got me again.
Yeah, those stories keep changing back to back.
Right. Matter of fact, I'll let you have it because I gotta fix this sound again. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, if you remember a while back, they were putting out information saying that she was married and that the husband took her last name. I remember that distinctly. I even brought it to your attention at one point. And it's interesting that once you get deeper and deeper, you're seeing, okay, this is just something that was put out for propaganda. Why?
Right.
Why are y'all putting out all this history that isn't really history? Why are you saying that she's married if she's not married? And why would you say that her husband took her name? That shows me that you're trying to push some sort of agenda to make it seem like she's a strong Black woman, so strong that her husband didn't even have a problem taking her name. And then come to find out she's a single damn woman. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Why are y'all putting this information out if it's not what it is? I think what it is that they were trying to cover her, right? I think they were trying to create this background that isn't there. And the more people dug into it, they started realizing that it wasn't there. Because if you really think about it, they wasn't even talking about, and they don't still to this day, they don't talk about her private school upbringing and and how she really didn't believe that W supremacy existed until she went to college or something like that. And I'm like, where's your family from? I grew up knowing W supremacy not only existed, but it ran every area of our known government.
Real talk.
Not just from the government, all the way down to the local level of politics, even your school boards. I knew this. and that's because, I experienced that racism when I was in middle school. I tell this story all the time. I had an 8th grade teacher. His name was Mr. Rasmussen. This dude called me the N-word. I went off on him.
Wow.
Then not only did I get expelled,
what?
I got transferred to a different school. They called my mom down.
Wow.
And they told my mom that they were siding with him. When I said that the dude called me the N-word, they said there's no way to prove it. I said there's a classroom full of students.
Right.
And they said verbatim, we're not going to take the word of any child over an adult.
Okay.
So at that point in time, I knew exactly what it was. I'm Nabisco and I say so.
Facts.
So after that, like literally all throughout my life, I've seen pieces of the supremacy, whether in police, whether in education, whether in just economics, just working. So for this woman to say, I didn't know it existed until I went to college, that tells me that either you was a very, very shielded person from reality, your parents really held you tight to their bosom.
For real.
Or you're not one of us.
And see, that's where I've been leaning, because it's like, okay, I was in kindergarten at a Christian private. I went to a Christian private school. And that was for I guess up until 3rd grade. My mom was like, I ain't gonna be paying that no more. So the public school I went, but I guess because people, they was always telling black moms all kind of bullshit. You should do this with your kid, and this will work for him because he'll come out better. Man, miss me. Put me with my folks. But at the end of the day, I got to that damn school in kindergarten, y'all. This is 5 years old. People be like, this racism is taught. Well, hell, them little 5-year-olds was coming in there as soon as they seen me. Hey, Nick. And so, but I'll tell you one thing. This is, I guess that you could call it classy racism. But the other part, when
not
I went
classy
to
racism.
Yeah, because they got a little bit of money, so they like, oh well, and then the teacher tell them to stop, they stop. But then I went to public school, and that's when you started dealing with poor white trash, and their envy for black folks is through the roof. I'm talking about. I got in so many fights as a kid to where the principal told these kids once, if you keep doing this, I'm not only going to let him keep whooping you, but I'm going to take you over to, at the time it was Union Avenue. Now it's Martin Luther King. He said, I'm going to take you over to Union Avenue in Killingsworth. That right there, that corner right there, it's a little gentrified now. But back then, it used to be a Fred Meyer over there. That Fred Meyer, or which is Kroger, long gone. Well, you from the West Coast, you know Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
So right there.
That's why I laugh. I ain't heard that name in decades.
For real though.
That was like Ralph's Supermarket.
Right. Ralph. Oh yeah, you got to come back home, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So they he said, I'm gonna drop you off on this corner and let you call everyone you see at the end. He was like, that's pretty much what stopped them. It's because he threatened them to take them to the hood. And then they came back to school and said, my dad said you can't take him to the hood. You can't take me over there. But I will. I am glad for that experience because I heard the truth about what white parents tell their children about us. And one of the things was we can't be friends. And that was a legitimate thing because he was like, no, we're different people and we ain't supposed to mix. That's what they dad told him. Another thing, the whole thing about rubbing a black kid's head.
For good luck.
For good luck.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big thing. So, I was trained, and my grandmother from the Delta. So one thing about her is white folks, white men don't come in the house. Yeah, no white men allowed in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Only white women that was allowed in the house came with my uncles. But yeah, only white women was they women. Outside of that, we didn't have no white folks in our house. And my grandmother had
looking at them like keep your dog on a leash. You hear me, boy?
Oh man, my grandmother. I'm gonna tell you, it's funny too. I'll tell these people, they're like, damn, she was super racist. And mind you, that's my grandmother on the photo from one of my last broadcasts. But that's my those are my grandparents. And so, those are the parents of that white mother of mine. By the way, yeah, that white mother I got, those are her parents.
Black people can produce a white child, so you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Oh my God. Oh man, that shit always cracks. Bro, your mama's white. Like, dude. Anyway, but she was really, really particular about that. There's this white cat that lived around the corner. Always wanted to buy my grandfather's boat. And she's like, I ain't selling that. Because my grandfather died. She was like, I ain't selling that to him. Like, my grandma really did not mess with them people. And so, like, when I was a kid, it's like, hey, your grandma won't let white kids, like, no white kids coming over here like that. I have sleepovers with my cousins, but nah, white kid got to stay on the porch.
Hey, that's real. I couldn't sleep over at any of my friends' house whatsoever. I had to, if I was going to spend the night, and like, it wasn't until later on in my growth, like towards my teens, that my mom's got cool with one of my friends' moms, and so she trusted her enough to let me start staying there. But when it came to people, I wasn't able to just go spend the night at people's houses. The only people that I was able to spend the night at their houses was my cousins.
Yep.
Like, so you better call your cousins. You want to spend the night somewhere? Go call your cousins.
And that's real talk. I was either at my house, I was either at the house or with my godparents, because my godparents have 8 kids. So I was over there. I was the baby of the bunch, and so that's I had my fill of sleepovers going on to my godparents like every other so often. Right. And like when then I'd have like my cousins at the house, like it's the same thing, always cousins. Now, brother, I will tell you this. The one time that I slept over with these brothers, man, fam. This is the one non-family outing, I say, and probably the only one I did do. I think I was like 16. So by me at 16, I was pretty much a grown man. The shit I had experienced and done by then, I wasn't average 16-year-old.
You know
what I'm saying? So
I had a full beard by the time I turned 14, so I was able to do all kinds of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing.
For real. And I had at the time, like, I was playing and traveling to like 13. So being in this environment, I went to this house. I'm just like, okay, I fool with all of you guys. Y'all stay with this guy, but there ain't no woman here. It's just a bunch of dudes. It's like one dude that wants to, I guess he's passing himself off as the doing the right thing by the young men and trying to be a mentor from taking these foster kids. Man, we got into the bedroom, right? Then they got all of these bunk beds in there. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, this is an open bunk. You can take that. It's like, cool. So I'm getting in the bunk. It's like, oh man, you gotta get ready for bed though. Like, what you talking about? Like, no, we sleep in our underwear here. It's like, what the hell y'all sleeping in your underwear for? It's like, it's a bunch of dudes in here. What y'all doing? Like, nah, no, it's cool. Nah, it ain't cool. Like, what you talking about? Like, again, I get it. The things I was doing and dealing with, by then I was way more advanced, and I'm like, nah, that shit y'all talking don't make no sense. So what I'm finna do is just go ahead and get my clothes on or keep my clothes on and pull this little blanket up over me. And so they came, oh, he gonna make you get undressed. I was like, what the hell are y'all talking? He gonna make me get undressed? Like, hey, I guess I guess that's gonna be the introduction to this blade that he don't know I got. But I mean, if that's what we doing.
He gonna make you give up your cornbread.
Yeah, that's what he thought. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I tell you, this is gonna go the way like I said, he gonna get introduced to this blade real quick. Because I mean, because again, like I said at the time, man, this is the West Coast in the 90s, bro.
Right.
Like,
Hey, man, that was the worst and best time.
Super go time, man. Super go time. And who gonna blame me for stabbing up this old molester? You know what I'm saying?
And yo answer is, why'd you do this? Because he tried to make me get naked. Like, who's gonna say anything?
Man, who gonna say anything?
Kudos, little man. Kudos.
Come on now. Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. I was like, so he came in. So, oh no, you're all right. Because I was like, if that's an issue, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Because like, that doesn't even make sense to me. These are my clothes. I'm not taking my clothes off of this dude. And come to find out, this cat was over there doing all kind of wild shit, but people protected him. So I could never say anything because technically he didn't really try me. But I think he knew what victims were and what victims weren't, and recognized that he could possibly end up a victim. So he left me alone. Because, the whole fight or flight thing by then, like I said, I'm 16 in the 90s. Fight or flight, boy, this is going one way tonight. It ain't bad for me.
Yeah, most predators, they can actually look at someone and see whether they're a victim, if they're prey,
or
if they're going to be a tough win.
And
they tend to go after the people who they see as victims, people that that has a pattern of what they like to see. Real timid, quiet, probably don't have a lot of friends, things like that. Like they have all these things they look for when trying to prey on children, but not just children.
Damn.
Predators do it regardless.
That's true.
If it's a woman, men know what kind of woman you are by speaking to you for a little bit of time. I can tell whether you're needy. I can tell if you just think you're super independent and don't need no man. I can just let me talk to you for about 5 minutes, especially with me being a tourist. I can read you really well. You know what I mean? And so this is how, and I'm not saying I'm a predator or nothing.
No.
My name used to be Max. So
right. I already got it, brother. You already know.
But I just have to say that. I just have to make sure
the squares out there,
the disclaimer. Yeah, But this is how people who are predators, they get down. They look for the right type of prey. And they don't want to have to deal with the wrong kind of prey, because what ends up happening is if they get somebody and they end up the wrong type of prey, then that person may have to unalive that person.
Yes, indeed.
And then it becomes a larger charge, a larger situation. Now you got to get rid of the body. Now you got to, there's a lot of things that they don't want to have to deal with, because it'll lead the popo back to them for the real situation that they are, which is the PDX.
Okay. Yes, indeed. That makes total sense too. Because again, I in retrospect, it's like, I think at some moment he probably recognized this is dangerous for me. And man, like I said, man, fortunately and unfortunately, I was extremely ready. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you were. You had your little poker with you and everything. Come take my cornbread. You touch my cornbread, there's gonna be some consequences and repercussions.
It's gonna be hard to stop that neck, that hole in your neck, brother. But hey, I was trained right, man. I was the run of the butt, so I was I was raised very well, man. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with how things got to go. You know, they gotta go this way, and this way it's gonna be. Because at the end of the day, I was taught very well, hey man, we go home tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. We go home tonight. It ain't on me.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to this West Coast living,
Hey,
baby.
what's up with you? What you doing?
Come on,
God dang it. You gonna figure it out today.
Yes, sir.
You don't know, you're gonna find out today. Today
already.
will be the day.
Already. Now, for those of y'all who ain't out from out here, y'all may be like, what the hell the niggas talking about? No, it's just some West Coast banter, y'all, you know. But brother, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the end of this, man. But man, this has been a pleasure. Our second time chopping it up in front of the fam. And man, it's been a pleasure once again. Thank you for even the idea. And man, thank you for coming here. And man, it's pleasure. If you guys have not checked out his Sundays, and actually, like I said, his schedule is even filling out even more. So make sure you guys tune in to our brother Church of Black Power, because he's getting things going. And as you see how we chop it up here, you know, there's experiences, lived experiences that brother has, and can share from his perspective and experience, because our generation, we are like the glue of the world. And especially when it comes down to information, and all the different things we were part of, because also what is a large part of the music industry now comes from the grassroots of our community in the first place while we were teenagers. So we get a chance to really, really give everybody perspective. So subscribe to our brother, the Church of Black Power. Make sure you subscribe right here to the Independent Black Voice. And brother, I want to give you, I got one video to play before we go, but I want to give you the opportunity to give your closing words, and we'll roll like that.
Yes, sir. Hey, my brother, I truly appreciate you for having me. Pause. Appreciate you for
I got you.
me on the show. You know what I mean? Much love and appreciation to you. I respect and love everything that you do, you know, and everything that you bring to the table, because a lot of people think that just because we don't have the biggest following, that there's not going to be a lot of knowledge and a lot of information presented. And honestly, like I said, watching your channel and from the time that I started all the way to now, it's always been a very informative channel. You've always been very entertaining as well, but informing, you know, and also you bring something that a lot of other people aren't going to bring, which is the pure, and I'm gonna say this, a lot of people are unapologetic, but you and myself, we know we unapologetically West Coast, so it's gonna be some things that we're not just gonna no, we're gonna see other people talk about that. We're just gonna call the hell out right then and there, eye to eye, and all this other stuff. You know, there's very few people in this realm that does that, but I'm glad to be tied in with the people who do. That shows 100% genuineness, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I much love and much appreciation to you. Family, every Sunday is my guaranteed Sunday service. However, if I'm not working throughout the week, I try to do other broadcasts throughout the week as well. So Sunday is a guaranteed day. The rest of the week, those is when I have the opportunity to get to you guys, because a lot goes on within the week and we don't all want to compile it into that Sunday. But much love to each and every one of you. Thank you all for no matter which platform you're watching on. Thank you all for being here today and allowing us to share some of your time.
Yes, indeed, man. And I just got to concur with my brother. I appreciate everybody for tuning in on both platforms. This has been a dope build. Salute to my good brothers of the Vanguard. that was in here. So always, man, you know, this has been, man, a few years now. It's been a blessing because these good black brothers, and as time, you know, goes on, more and more people are finding their voice, and it facilitates our market. And our market is that of bringing real unadulterated black information to the family. Without that mainstream, non-foundational black money skewed programming.
Exactly.
This is just straight from the heart. From us to you, we are microphones and megaphones for you. And you know, shout out to everybody else who's tuning in, because you guys, with your support and with your action, I see y'all in these comment threads giving folks the business. It is all necessary for us to achieve the liberation and independence that we need. And one of the major things that we can always go back and pull from is that when we had our Million Man March, number one agenda, reparations. They wanted to make that disappear and fall to the wayside. Another thing that they wanted us to do is be split up against religious ideologies. One thing that we're doing right now, and this finally bothers the system. What we are saying now is we are all family. And what we need to do is learn how to heal with one another, learn to love and respect ourselves as our own, and be proud of our ancestors here who had to suffer under the conditions of this brutal, wicked society here in this country. And I hope that everybody could understand that it's not foundational Black America, that we don't hate you. We love ourselves. And if that makes you upset, then we can't do anything for you. But delineation is just simply saying, me and this brother here got the same mama and daddy. And only us are the people that's going to be at this dinner table eating. I'm going to break bread with my brother. I'm going to break bread with my mama. I'm going to break bread with my daddy. Outside of that, we don't hate you, but you just can't sit at our table. You feel me?
That's it. I'm going to just say this real quick, family. I've been saying for a while the cookouts are canceled because everybody feel like they can give out invites to the cookout. We ain't doing cookouts anymore. We're doing family dinners. You don't just allow anybody into your house when you're doing a family dinner. This is only for the family. So if y'all wanna give invites, that's all cool, but there ain't gonna be nobody there because we're at the family dinners while y'all over here trying to do cookouts with a bunch of people who don't care.
Oh, that's it, brother. So let me play this last little video and we will get out of here, man. Let's listen to this Sister Cook.
There are actually people in my comments telling me that Jasmine Crockett is fighting for my civil rights. Bitch, I am an American. How is her fighting for illegals fighting for my civil rights? How is her voting for transgenders to play in women's sports fighting for my civil rights? Are y'all delusional? How is a woman that hates the country that our ancestors built through slavery fighting for my civil rights? She's fighting hard to destroy this country that my ancestors built for free. And you mean to tell me she's fighting for my civil rights? I don't think so, baby. And Booker T. Washington was so fucking right, and I hated to hear him say that when he said what he said about black people voting and black people being involved in politics. I have never saw fight so hard, a group fight so hard for the economic decline of the country that was built by my ancestors for free. And now I can get a piece of the pie? No. What my ancestors went through will not be in vain. Since y'all love identity politics so much. At this point, I'm convinced that if you still voting Democrat and you black, you are under a generational curse. It ain't working, boo-boo. It's time to switch it up. It is absolutely insanity for you to keep voting for the same exact thing and expecting different results. It ain't working, babe. Give it up. I literally used to go in there and just vote Democrat because I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Y'all don't do that. Don't be mean. Look that shit up. See what is going on. Find out policies. Get away from identity politics. It is destroying our community. Stop voting with your emotions. Vote logically. Democrats operate off of your emotions. They are playing with your emotions. Prime example, Andrew Gillum in Florida. I was riding hard for this nigga and he embarrassed me. He out here doing meth and sleeping with trannies. Get out your feelings so you can get in your bag, okay? It ain't working for our people. Move on. Try something different, nigga.
Oh no. She got me with the Andrew Gillum situation. That just killed me right now. She said I was out there riding hard for this man. He out here doing meth and sleeping with trannies.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Oh yes.
Applause
Shout out
for
to
her.
that sister, man. Salute to that sister. And with that being said, family, we got to say and let everybody know and let that mighty devilish beast know that Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Man, again, brother, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate this time that we had, man. And thank again everybody for tuning in. I so appreciate y'all. And I guess it wouldn't be right if we didn't do this one thing. Family, again, like that sister said, if you are still thinking we need to blindly vote for Democrat while we ain't getting nothing in return and we're going to sit up here and watch these Democrats just put on a show when it comes down to young black folks being arrested, and while we saw them trying to tell people how to break the law for illegals, family, if you see logic in continuing to be abused by the Democrats, well,
wait.
Go ahead, brother.
Can I say it?
Please do.
Cue the music.
Well, we got to get there. We got to get there.
Okay.
Because I speak for myself. Beatzilla PDX official, the independent black voice, Church of Black Power speaks for himself. Y'all, those of y'all in the chat, the Black Grassroots, and the voices of new black media, we are proudly dedicating this song to you. There you go, brother.
Cue the music.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed, family. And always remember why they hate us.
It's a cultural divide. I'm going to get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
That will never not be funny.
I'm telling you, this to me, this is one of the best parts of the whole broadcast is the ending, the cue in the music, the hands off the reparations, all of it's just so beautiful, well put together.
Yes, sir. So, family, y'all, I am going to be out of town this weekend, so there will not be a live on Friday. But of course, we got you a good live today. And so I appreciate everybody tuning in again. Thanks. A big shout out to our brother, the Church of Black Power, Freedman Media Group. salute to you, my good brother, and may you get more viewers, watchers, and listeners as days go on. Man, peace be unto you, my good brother. And for everybody out there, y'all, keep y'all 3 smooth stones at the ready and keep that slingshot nearby. Y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed one. Peace.
One more time, we are giving it for a Charlie Marshall, y'all. We're gonna take it one more time. If you didn't know it, it's time to get doo-doo-dum. Dookie, that's where we come from. We got this.